Hello, and we're off. Coming online just slightly ahead of schedule. I'm Bradley Chapman, founder of the Diamond Experience Accelerated Business Growth Coach, and it's Sunday afternoon in the UK. It's 2 p.m. currently. As we're waiting for the audience to build on Facebook and for people to join us, I'm going to give you a quick run through of what we're going to be covering today during the discussion. If you're watching on replay, thank you very much indeed for joining us. If you're watching live, again, thank you very much indeed for coming online and taking the time to share some of your Sunday afternoon together. So thank you very much indeed. So today we're going to be talking about the roar, your lion roar, or your diamond passion, your diamond persistence, your diamond belief. And we're going to be covering your journey and why it matters to you. We're going to be covering what makes you tick. We're going to be covering why you are doing what you are doing and how we solve other people's problems with our business offering. We're also going to be chatting about finding your inner diamond confidence and fine-tuning your congruency. And lastly, we're going to be covering executing with passion and purpose. Every time we do a live broadcast and I come online, please do engage. Please do get involved with the discussion. As the audience grows, I've got some tuna in my teeth from my lunch there. As the audience grows, and hopefully we get people to come online and to join the conversation, we'll start getting the energy flowing. We'll start getting the movement flowing. Jerry McKinney's joined. Hi, Jerry. Thank you very much indeed for coming online. I'm just going to invite some friends in to the broadcast. Just bear with me for 1 second while I just invite some people in. Just give me 1 second. Here we go. I'm just inviting some people in to the broadcast. Just give me 1 second. There we go. Just bear with me while I'm inviting some friends in here to come and join the broadcast, and then we'll get underway. Just bear with me. Just inviting some friends into the broadcast. Give me 1 second, everybody. Just inviting a few friends in here for us to get going and get our audience built. So just bear with me for 1 second. You know, going live on Facebook is a wonderful thing, and it's always very, very interesting to see who comes online and who shares. So yeah, thank you very much indeed for coming online. Jerry, please do introduce yourself, share who you are, where you're from around the world, and perhaps what you do. I always very much encourage during these live broadcasts to share, to get involved, and to not be afraid to introduce yourself. And eventually, as we go through the broadcast, more people introduce themselves and say who they are, what they're about, what they're looking to achieve. But let's get started off. So again, if you like what we do, share the broadcast, share the link. It's very much appreciated. For most of you that know me, I'm Bradley Chapman, an accelerated business growth coach. In my life, I had plenty of ups and downs and challenges, but I love life, I love success. And the more I get tuned into my congruency, the more effective I become. Steve, thanks for jumping online. Again, Steve, do introduce yourself. Put a comment inside the thread, a comment inside the text as we go forward. So if you're joining, Jerry, I don't think I know you, and Steve, I don't think I know you either. So thanks for joining us. So do introduce yourself and share information in the thread. So we're going to be talking today about your journey and what matters to you, what makes you tick, why are you doing what you're doing, how we solve people's problems with our business offering, finding your inner diamond confidence, fine-tuning your congruency, and then executing with passion and purpose. Hi, Eula Clark. It's good to see you. How's your Sunday afternoon going? Louise did a really great workout last night, by the way, really fantastic. So thanks for that. So thanks for joining. As Eula Clark's just done, please do put a mention into the comments box so we know that you're there. If you're looking to raise your awareness of your brand and your company, what you do, then by posting a comment in the link, by sharing information about yourself, it connects you to a much larger audience. The world is much smaller than you think, and by broadcasting live on Facebook, it helps us all to become connected in a much greater way. So let's get kicked off. Hi Teresa, thanks for joining in. Thanks for coming. Thanks for your comment. So let's look at your journey first of all, and why it matters to you. I think the whole point about a journey, and think about your journey right now as we're talking. The thing is with your journey, all that matters to you is your journey and what you're going through, what you're looking to achieve, what you want to set out in terms of your business and your offering. But so your journey is very, very, very personal to you. Hi, Neil Ringham. Thanks for joining, Neil. How you doing, buddy? Nani's jumped on as well. Don't forget, please do post some information inside the thread box. Introduce yourself, what you do, where your current standing is. So we're talking now about your journey and why it matters to you. So it matters to you because, one, it's very personal to you. Two, it matters to you because it's your dream, it's your vision of your business. So it matters to you, in a great deal. Now, if you think about your journey and where you're currently going, I guess one or two things, might come to mind. Hi, Paul Campo. Thanks for joining, Paul. Don't forget, introduce yourself. Let me know what country you're from, where you're at. Put some web links up to your website. Share what you do. This is an open conversation wherever you are in the world. It's an open conversation to join and increase your connectivity, and together we can teach each other. So your journey, why does it matter to you? Your journey is very personal to you, and it's very, very important that you stick inside your personal journey and you understand and think about being congruent with your journey and who you actually are. If you're in a real magical place where you're totally congruent with what you're doing in your journey, your happiness levels just increase tenfold. When your happiness levels increase, your journey becomes more abundantly enriched and in line with what you're doing. You have a greater connectivity to your clients, because if your vision is aligned with your values and you understand why you're doing it and it matters to you, then it will come across to your audience. Robert J. Moore has joined us from Canada. Hi, Robert. Just post in the comment box where you're from, what country you're from. Robert's from Canada, and he runs a program called The Better Way. Robert's a really fantastic emotions counselor, a guidance counselor, and so much more, and a public speaker, a great friend as well. Eric Gort has just joined us. Eric's joining us from South Africa. Eric, again, introduce yourself. Let's get the thread rolling. Let's start to share. What I want you to ask first of all to yourself, and I want you to think about contributing in the thread, is, why does your journey matter to you? Think about why it matters to you. Post in the thread why you think your journey matters to you. Let's start getting into the emotions of why your journey matters. And I'll give you an example. Wendy Bent's just joined. Hey, happy birthday, Wendy Bent. Wendy's from Kent. Are you still in Kent, Wendy? Amazing lady, amazing sales individual, sales manager, great person. She's having her birthday today. So happy birthday to Wendy Bent, and thanks so much indeed for joining. So let's get the post going. Let's talk about the journey. Let's talk about your journey and why it matters to you. So if you want me to start and explain to you why my journey matters to me, my journey matters to me because in life, oh, there we go. Eula's up and running. Well done, Eula. She's on. Eula, my journey matters because I want to share and help others. That is absolutely beautiful, Eula. I know we've spoken now a little bit. That's absolutely beautiful because you want to share and you want to help others. When you want to share and you want to help others, you're already, a large portion of the way there to being absolutely aligned with your values and your business and being congruent. And I know you're working on something new, aren't you? Which you're going to share with the world shortly. Nita Mehta Parashar has joined. Hi, Nita. Whereabouts are you based? Introduce yourself. Whereabouts in the world are you based? So why does your journey matter to you? Eula's been brave enough to put that in the comment box, and she's now saying it. When you say that and you put a thread out, it's almost like asking the universe, for what you want. It's almost like sending a message out to the universe. And if you believe in the law of attraction, and I absolutely do, then when you send the message out to the universe, it's going to come back to you in abundance. Your journey and why it matters to you, it's personal to you. It's personal. Thanks for that kind comment, you, and I appreciate it. It's personal to you. Not everybody's always going to understand your journey. Now, I'm not talking about how we solve the problems with our business offering yet. That's another thing. But your journey is what matters to you. And it must matter, because if your journey and where you are in your current business doesn't matter to you, you're on the wrong path. And I mean that with the most sincerest of love. There's been many times in my life, and perhaps you can resonate with this, where you've done things because you've had to do things. as opposed to doing things because you wanted to do things. When you do things because you want to do things and you become congruent with your values, then your journey is aligned with your values. Your journey's aligned with what you actually want to achieve. And when your journey starts to become aligned with what you want to achieve and what you believe, you just become so filled with purpose. Your energy goes through the roof. Your creativity starts to synchronize in a way that you never thought humanly possible. Your brain becomes alive and your endorphins start firing. And all of a sudden, your creativity in your head is almost like seeing a very live video of what's going to come in your journey. When it matters to you that much, you can start to see it. You start to walk the path that you've seen in your head. You start to talk the words that's coming from inside you. When your journey matters to you, it's everything. You go to bed with sleep and peace. Eula's saying, yeah, I want to walk in my purpose now. 100%. I'm going to pin that comment. That's absolutely beautiful, Eula. Eula's from London, by the way. And Eula says, yes, I want to walk in my purpose now. I absolutely love that. When you're in alignment, everything will come together. 100%. So your journey's got to matter to you. If you're on a journey, there's been many times in my life when I've been on my journey and it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew it in my stomach. But actually it brought me to the place where I am today, where I'm doing what I love. Are you doing what you love? Does your journey matter to you? Does it matter to you so much that it excites you beyond belief, that when you think about it, you just want to tell the world about your idea? You just want to tell everybody what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, because you know that you're in line with your journey. It matters to you. Does that make sense to you? Can you resonate with that? Dinesh Rayo, thanks for joining. Dinesh is a dentist. I think you're in Canada. Is that right, Dinesh? You're in Canada. Is that right? So please do write a comment in the thread. Get involved in the conversation. Start opening up and ask questions. Ask any question you want to. Let's move on to what makes you tick. What makes you tick? Think about that for a minute. What is it that makes your inner body clock, your soul clock, what is it that makes you tick? Yes, Dinesh has just come back. Sorry, Australia. I beg your pardon, Dinesh. Dinesh Rayo is in Australia. He's a dentist and he wants to do more public speaking and help people smile. And I think there's a massive play on words for that, Dinesh. And hopefully we can catch up. We can chat about that because I'm sure together we can find a way. Jessie K has just joined us. Jessie K is the founder of 20 Under 20s in New Jersey, New York City. Jessie K has just turned 17. He's just started driving his car. He's been interviewing some of the most high-profile entrepreneurs in the United States imaginable, including Gary Vaynerchuk. If you don't know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, look that up. So Jessie K, absolutely. Just say hi to everybody. Jessie, introduce yourself. Get some web links up of your business. Let's get connected. Together we can grow. Michelle Webster has just joined us. Michelle Webster, I know she's in Essex. She's still in Essex, Michelle. She's from the United Kingdom. Michelle, share your aspirations, share your dreams, share your visions, share where you want to go. So we're talking about now what makes you tick, what makes each of us tick. Think inside right now. What makes you tick? As I'm talking to you, I'm thinking about what makes me tick. And when I think about what makes me tick, whoosh, it sends just this wave of energy running through me because I have a real high energy for life and for living and never giving up and keep going. What makes you tick? Fundamentals to me are family, are love, feeling love, experience love, being in love, parents, family, loved ones, and friends all around you that love you, that support you, that are energized and attracted towards you and you to them. And, you know, I've learned in life that to make me tick effectively, and perhaps you can resonate with this as well, is that there are people in your life, there's people in our lives that not necessarily lift us. Instead, they will pull us down. I've learned to move away from those people. I call them the reds, the dream killers, and I stay towards and work with and enjoy conversing with people that are the ambers and the greens. The ambers are the people that, you know, they sit on the fence, but they're still your friend. And the greens are the ones that's totally into what you do. They love you and support you. So what makes me tick is a mixture of love and life, family, enjoying business and sharing and conversing with people like yourselves. Dinesh is saying his passion, my passion is to be the best. That's a beautiful statement, Dinesh. It's a beautiful statement. Now, Dinesh, send that message again out to the world now that you want to do more public speaking and you want to put the smile on people's faces. There's an amazing play on words with that, putting the smile on people's faces. There's a book there for you as well. How a dentist became a public speaker on stage and put the smile back on their faces. What an amazing play on words that is for you. And I'm sure that's making you tick right now. Gareth Richards has joined us. Gareth, hi. Good afternoon. Gareth, introduce yourself. Where you from, brother? What country are you in? What are you doing? Are you in a working career? Are you in a business? Get involved, share in the community. Connect yourself right now to the people that's watching. Don't be afraid to take the first step, and we're going to come on to that. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to share one of the chapters of my book for everybody that's watching today, and we can decide which chapter you want. And I'm going to ask for your feedback a little bit later and your help, actually, if that's okay. So Gareth's joined. Eula Clark saying, hello, everyone. And Yuma Hussain has just joined us. Yuma Hussain is the proud founder and owner of Happy Cabs. He's in Essex in the UK, runs a private hire business, has about 45 cars or so in his fleet. He's growing astronomically, a great guy, dear friend, and an amazing entrepreneur and business person. Michelle Webster's sharing. This is amazing. I love this sharing. It's just so fulfilling. Michelle said, my business is diamond design clothing. Wow, diamond design clothing. We got to speak, right? Okay. So that's, oh, wow. Personalized clothing and gifts. Loving it, but need to work on it harder. Michelle, let me just help you there. I used to own an import and export business. I used to have embroidery machines. I used to have screen printing machines. And I used to have all types of branding of products, which actually I manufactured, import and export all over the world to clients like Walt Disney, the Spice Girls, Formula One racing teams, Pepsi Cola, Coca-Cola, Sky TV. So if you've got personalized branding, then absolutely great. I'm also an expert in manufacturing and textile designing. In my book, one of the chapters talks about manufacturing. It talks about manufacturing my own product and branding it and going to Wembley Stadium and supplying all the security guards. I can help you. It will be my pleasure. So clothing and screen print and design, I was an expert in and export all over the world. So I can help you with that. Really great you put that message out there. Eula saying she can't wait for a book and from corporate to business. Wow. Absolutely fantastic. Oh my gosh, we are blessed. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Dr. Madhu Krishnan, His Eminence, online. Dr. Madhu Krishnan, please, Your Eminence, introduce yourself so that everyone can see who you are and what you're doing. He is an ambassador for peace globally. He's recently, if you follow Dr. Madhu Krishnan, you'll see what he's doing for the peace movement around the world. He's empowering peace officers, not police officers, peace officers to spread the peace, to help with peace and to contribute to giving in the world. Absolutely humbled that you're online, Dr. Madhu Krishnan. Everybody, please just connect with Dr. Madhu Krishnan. If you've got peace in your heart and you've had a life of challenges, as most of us have, peace is the way forward to connect the world. Oh my gosh, absolutely chuffed and humbled that you're online, Your Eminence. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. And it was a great honor to meet you at Westminster University just a couple of months ago with Marina Nani, founder of Radio Works, and the doctors of the Stardust movement, which you indoctrinated them at Westminster University. And a pleasure to be there. Connections everywhere. We just got to reach out and start growing. So let's move on to why you are doing what you're doing. His Eminence is online. Dr. Madhu Krishnan, and His Eminence is a Nobel Peace Officer, and he's traveling the world right now, conveying the message of peace to the world. So why are you doing what you're doing? Think about what you're doing. Think about, why you're doing it. Think about why you're doing it and what you are doing. Are you absolutely in line with what you want to do in your life? So for me, I do what I do because I love to give. I absolutely love to give. I love to work with people and I love to help people. Why do you do what you do? I used to think it was about money. And for years, I chased money. I chased big business and money. If you chase money, it just runs through your hands. In my experience, it runs through your hands. But if you love what you do, I think it's fair to say, and you might agree, that you probably will never work a day in your life, because you're so true to your values. So why do you do what you do? Mark Anthony Clark just shared the video. Thank you for sharing the video, Mark. I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. If you like what we're talking about, please do share the video, share the link, and thanks for joining. Mark Anthony Clark is an amazing guy. He runs a business. Mark, just please put up a web link for your company. The Impossible, what you do, is an amazing speaker. He's an amazing giver, and his background and his information in terms of his life and what he's done from his young life, what he experienced, and how he converts that into good. I know why Mark's doing what he does. Mark, share it. Please tell us why you do what you do. When you share and you get your vision out there, thanks for the hearts and likes coming across the screen, everybody. That's really touching. When you share what you love, oh my God, there's a raft of hearts and thumbs ups going across the screen. Wow, thank you. Jake Turner Coombs and one other just shared the video. And Janet Thompson has just joined us as well. If you're just joining us, please do introduce yourself. Let us know where you are around the world. Let us know who you are, what you stand for, and what you're doing. And also comment in the box. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? Do you know why you're doing? Think about it. I'm getting shivers all over my body right now during this call. I'm a very spiritual lad, and I'm in touch with my spirituality. And the closer I get to becoming more congruent with my values, the more effective I'm becoming as a speaker and a business coach. Why do you do what you do? Do you love it? Do you really enjoy it? Are you in love with your business and what you do as much as you are in life? Because when you are, you start to generate this diamond awesomeness inside yourself. And Darry Nardi, who's the co-founder of RadioWorks, has just said, it's not about money. Do it because you love it and money will come. That's 100% true. 100% true. Darry is an awesome guy. He made me laugh last night. He put up an image of RadioWorks Make the News London event where he's got his hands like this, like a mum, and it looked like he's holding a meatball. And he put up a photograph of the event with him going, meatballs, tasty meatballs. And it just cracked me up and made me laugh for about 3 hours. I kept going back to the image because I loved it so much. So why are you doing what you're doing? Think about it. You've got to know why you're doing what you're doing, because if not, you won't want to get up in the morning and jump into your office and go to work, or jump on the train to get to work, or to go to an event. You won't feel that amazing experience that you can feel when you know why you're doing what you're doing. What is your why? Where's your why inside yourself? I know absolutely why I'm doing what I'm doing. I know my life has brought me to this point. I look back at my hardships and my challenges, and actually I realize now they were my strengths, they were my opportunities. It was my growth to come to this point. You may be reaching a point where you may not be happy or completely aligned with what you're doing. You may be saying to yourself, you know what, I want to break out on a new journey. If you're thinking that, awesome. I wish you every courage and success as you move forward. The world is a smaller place than you think. It is. There's people online now from about 8 or 9 different countries. We're broadcasting live on Facebook. And we've got some people watching us that, you know, they're busy people. Jessica Lai has just joined us. I hope I pronounced that. Darry said spicy meatballs. Jessica, introduce yourself. Put some links on the thread to your business. Introduce yourself and put your message out there to the universe and say, hi, my name's Jessica Lai and I'm from this country and this is what I do. I'm really great to get pleased to get involved with a thread. Don't be afraid. Reach out. Connect with people. There's people watching right now that could have an impact and change your life and you on theirs. So let's move on to how we solve people's problems with our business offering. What do you think you do in business? For me personally, I think we solve people's problems. And I think the closer we can become with our message to helping our customers solve their problems, the more effective and stronger our business message becomes. And I'll explain why. Over the last few months and for years, you know, as we've all moved forward on the internet, and especially in the last year and the last few months, the internet is now getting a really, really foggy place. And if you've got a business based on the internet, you're trying to put posts up, you're trying to do YouTube, you're trying to do Facebook Lives, but people aren't really watching and listening. You know, you're trying to put posts out there and webinars, you're trying to create blogs, you're trying to create energy and activity, but people aren't really listening. Because it doesn't matter who you are and what you do and what you're saying. If you cannot align and connect with the problems that your potential customers are facing, then they won't hear you. Now, I call this cutting through the fog of social media and the world. So you've got to be aligned to think about solving your customers' problems. Mick Bailey has joined us. Mick, hi. I missed your name come up in last week's broadcast. I'm so sorry. It's really great, by the way, to bump into you, Mick, at Liverpool Street Station a couple of weeks ago. It's a very, very small world just to see each other on the platform, just on the concourse of Liverpool Street Station in London. And I guess, Mick, you told me about a new business that you're launching, but Mick has a print and copy business based in Whitman, Essex. He started with his son. He started about, I think, 5 or 6 years ago. Is that right, Mick? And you broke out of working from a corporate career and you said, I'm going to start my own business. And I'm sure, Mick, you'd agree that when you started your business, you went through like emotional hell in your head, right? Excuse the word hell, but you went through such emotional challenges in your head when you started your business. And now, look, your business has grown. You've got staff. You've got a professional name and brand. I've used you numerous times and recommended you to numerous companies for your services. And congratulations. And it was really nice to see you at Liverpool Street. It was really nice to see the look and the smile on your face of having achieved what many of us struggle to achieve, which is success and happiness in business. So congratulations and well done. We're talking about how we solve people's problems with our business offering. So Mick, how do you solve your customers' problems? Think about it, because as we're cutting through all the internet and the media, we want to gain more clients. We want to grow our businesses, but we've got to cut through that fog. So how do we solve our customers' problems? Please don't forget, everybody, put a comment in the link, get involved in the thread, let your barriers down. Let your guard down. We're just talking. We're talking as connections on the internet. We're talking around the world. We're human beings inside ourselves, and none of us are perfect. Greta Johnson has joined us. Thanks for the hearts and the likes wafting across the page there. Greta Johnson is in Wyona. In Wisconsin, an amazing lady. She's in the process of writing her first book, which is called A Life Worth Living. She's got an amazing story to tell, an amazing life, and she's going for an amazing journey at the moment, an emotional journey of, can I do it? Is it possible? This first stages of early beliefs. So how I help my customer solves their problem is I help them to understand that your belief is there. I help them to understand that they can do it. I shine a light on some of the things that they think might be difficult to achieve and do. And then slowly and very gently, when required, I kick up the butt also to help move them forward to take action. So why do you do? Derek Barber's just joined us. Derek's in Spain, is it Malaga or Marbella? I forget, Derek, forgive me. Derek's a great guy. He's actually an uplink with me at the moment. He's my uplink on the Hilo LX project. If you're interested in a little project to get yourself started in business, check out my Hilo LX page that I manage. And Derek Barber is my uplink. You can also connect with him directly as well. He also looks after people coming into my little network group, my Diamond Business Startup group. So let's move on now to finding your inner diamond confidence. Let's think about that for a moment, because your inner diamond confidence. Let me just catch up on the messages here, because there's so many. Just hold on. Eula Clark is saying, a bit like me, Mick. Welcome to everyone. So Eula's saying welcome. Many problems. Derek Barber saying many problems can be solved just by listening. It's so true, isn't it? And Greta Johnson saying thank you, Greta. Say in the thread, my name's Greta Johnson. I'm writing a book, which is called A Life Worth Living. I'm going to achieve my dreams. Say it. Send the message out to the universe. Don't be afraid. We're now talking about finding the inner diamond confidence. Let's talk about confidence. Let's move forward. Just 1 second. Eula saying, yes, true. Or watch, see and hear, both via the news and social media. Proud Horizons Limited and 3 others just share the video. Let them know that you appreciate it. Proud Horizons, I don't know who you are, but thank you very much indeed for sharing the video. Let's talk about finding our inner diamond confidence. What does confidence mean to you? What does it mean to you, confidence? I know what it means to me, but what does it mean to you? Confidence. For me, it means having the courage, the conviction, the perseverance, the dedication, and the belief to be able to carry out a task, to be able to follow through on a dream, to be able to act on one's thoughts and emotions to make it a reality. What does it mean to you? Greta Johnson is finding her inner diamond confidence, because right now she's saying, yes, my name is Greta Johnson and I am writing a book. Now, Greta, tell us the title of the book. confidence is so, so important when you're moving forward in life. We all need confidence. And don't forget, confidence is going to go up and confidence is going to go down. You're going to have days when you're going to be feeling extremely confident and enlightened and blessed. And you're going to have days where things are going to get you down. That's life. I call it the wave riding emotions, where the emotions will go up and down every single day and across a week. What matters is this, that you understand and recognize that you'll have the highs of confidence and the lows of confidence. Especially at the start of your business, you'll find you're going to have highs and lows, especially at the start. In fact, you're going to have more highs and lows at the start of your business than you'll probably have once your business starts to get established. Because as you start to get established and you move from the front room or the bedroom of your home, you move into an office and you start to recruit people, people come on board, and you start to work on your business rather than in the business, your confidence grows daily. But you've got to have the confidence to be able to start the journey. You've got to be able the confidence, to keep pushing forward and moving forward no matter what happens. You've got to have the confidence to overcome the challenges, the objections, and the roadblocks that you face within your life and your business career. Roadblocks are there not to stop you. They're there because it's your challenge to say whether or not you're going to have the confidence to accept there's a roadblock there, and the courage to accept that you need to find a way around it, through it, or to repair the road to be able to go on. And that you can do through personal development. Everything you need to find is on the internet, and that's both good and bad. But a roadblock is only a roadblock. It's a temporary situation. It's not the edge of a cliff. It's a roadblock, and you can break through it. You can find the confidence. And if you can't find a way, then have the courage to be able to reach out to say, can you help me? I'm stuck with this. I don't quite understand it. Can you show me the way forward? And people will help you. There's no doubt about it. They'll help you. Greta Johnson has just said, a life worth living. She's now said that's what her book's called. Absolutely beautiful. Please congratulate Greta, because that takes courage to be able to say that. Eula Clark saying to be able to follow through. Eula Clark just said, excellent, Greta. Derek Barber saying most entrepreneurs face themselves caught up 24/7 working in their businesses and not working on their business. Step back and focus on your strengths, then outsource the rest. Absolutely, 100% fantastic advice from Derek Barber in Spain. Absolutely beautiful. And Judah Clark saying, great to ensure you set your goals. Greta Johnson saying, all of our lives are worth living. Find yourself and love yourself. Absolutely beautiful comment. Let's move on to this one. Let's move on to fine-tuning your congruency. I had the great pleasure, a few years ago to have interviewed Dr. John DeMartini, who is the founder and owner of the DeMartini Institute. He travels the world on a ship called The World. He's actually coming to London shortly, and I reached out to him just a little while ago to re-interview him, and I got to connect up with him again in Chicago. And he talks about being congruent with your values. So being congruent with your values, let's give an example of being congruent with your values. Listen, I can mow the lawn and look after the garden, but it's not my top value. I know I need to do it and keep the lawns tidy, the gardens tidy, but the truth be told, my dear missus probably does that more than me. Even though I know I can do it and I should be doing it and it should be one of my values, it's not my top value right now. My top value right now is building a business where I can help people. Our values will change, and every other person has got a different set of values. So your values will be very different than a friend's values. It's like you going down and meeting a friend and you're saying, oh, I'm thinking of going to Antigua. I've heard really great things about it. And your friend says, you don't want to go there. That's a crap place. Why would you want to go there? That's not a very nice place to go to. But you say, no, I want to go to Antigua. That's where I want to go. That's what I'm looking at. No, you don't want to go there. I've heard loads about it. So everyone's got a different value and a different opinion. Just because someone's values don't match up to your own doesn't mean to say that you can't respect somebody else's values. But the more congruent you are to your values and following your dream and being in line with what your values are, your train or your car will travel straight. When you're out of alignment with your values and you're not congruent, it's like driving a car. Instead of the wheels being, my microphone's going to wobble. Instead of your wheels being straight like that, they're going to be all buckled and in. And it's almost like one of those supermarket trolleys where the back wheel's gone. You're struggling to keep hold of this supermarket trolley. It's going all over the place. In your head, if you're not congruent with your values and doing what you love and you're not aligned with the things you're doing, your supermarket trolley is going to have a buckled wheel. And then it's very hard to control. And if you've been in a supermarket and you've had a buckled wheel on a supermarket trolley, it's like it's got a mind of its own. It keeps bashing into the aisles. You can't keep the thing straight. You've got to steer it wonky. And it takes the fun out of shopping. If you're not congruent with your values, then you've got a wonky wheel within inside your mind and you're not congruent. So I urge you to be congruent. Do the things you love. Do the things you enjoy. Respect other people's values 100%. But do the things that you love and you'll be in line. Dinesh Rayo is saying follow the 80-20 rule. So the 80-20 rule is Pareto's law. Pareto's law, the 80-20 rule. So Dinesh, explain a little bit further by what you mean the 80-20 rule is within this particular context. So for me, being a kind of master sales 20, the 80-20 rule in a sales process is about the fact that 20% of a sales organization writes 80% of the business, and 20% of people in an organization will be congruent, whereas 80% may not be. And it's about working that congruency numbers to get the 80% that aren't in line to work that towards a higher 20%. We're getting loads of love and thumbs up across the screens. I appreciate that. Thank you. Eula Clark is saying set your priorities. Amazing. Sean Maroney has just joined us. Sean Maroney is from Missouri. He's a dear brother. From another mother. He's the founder of Teens of America and the Obesity Revolution. He's trending internationally. Sean, please put some links up for Teens of America and the Obesity Revolution. This guy's absolutely amazing. And Jodine Bergstrom has just joined as well. Jodine, thanks for joining. Thank you very much indeed. Please put a comment in the post. Comment, introduce yourself. We've just been talking about and fine-tuning your congruency. And I was using the analogy of a supermarket trolley with a wonky wheel that you can't control and it's all over the place when you're going shopping. And if you're not congruent with your values, that's what's going to be happening in your head. You're going to be, all over the place. But when you're congruent, you're in line. When you're congruent, your energy, your focus, your vision, your drive, your thought processes, when you're congruent, your whole body performs much more effectively. There's no negativity inside your body because you're doing what you love. There's no negative thoughts and actions because it's more positive that you're congruent, and they only get a small amount of negative emotions because the more you're congruent with your values, the higher your positivity levels and the higher your alignment with doing what you're doing, the better you feel. It's a given. It's like a plant that's not been watered, that you start watering it and it comes alive and it just starts to look beautiful. That's our bodies. That's what happens when we're congruent. So Jodine Bergstrom's joined us. Jodine, please do introduce yourself and what country you're from. I forget where you're from. Is it Norway or Sweden? Jodine, just remind me. Callum Fry has joined as well. Thanks for joining, Callum. I do appreciate it. Introduce yourself. Share a link for your business or share your aspirations for the future. If you're just joining today, we've been talking about your journey and why it matters to you. What makes you tick as an individual, why you are doing what you are doing, and how we solve people's problems with our business offering, finding your inner diamond confidence, fine-tuning your congruency, and executing with passion and purpose, which we're just about to come on to. Let me just catch up with the messages here. Greta Johnson saying, be in line with your values, 100%. Ahmed Hagag has joined us. Ahmed is from Egypt. Hi, Ahmed. It's very good to see you, brother. How are you? Eula Clark's just welcomed Sean. Sean, my brother. Sean's posted in the thread, Teens of America. Thanks, Sean, for sharing. Absolutely beautiful. And Jodine Bergstrom's from ND, USA. Where's ND? What's that? Not Nebraska? Where's ND? ND, USA. What's that abbreviation? What's that abbreviation, Jodine? I know we've spoken before. I thought you're from Norway or Finland or something. I do apologise. Please do share your links in the thread. So look, let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question and see if you can engage with this and see if this makes sense to you. There's lots of people been online and offline, and if you're watching now and you've just joined, I do recommend that you go back to the beginning, watch the beginning if you've got time. We've been online nearly 40 40 minutes now. I thank you all for, for watching and listening in. But let's talk about executing with passion and purpose. North Dakota, thanks very much indeed. Greta Johnson's also said North Dakota. Thanks, Jodine, for joining us. So we got USA, we've got Egypt, we've got South Africa online, the United Kingdom. We've got where else have we got on today? We've got Jesse K from New Jersey. So there's lots of people in the States on. I do appreciate that. So let's think about executing with passion and purpose. Great grandfather was Norway. Yeah, of course, Bergstrom. This is what I'm thinking. So fantastic connection. Very clean out there. Beautiful, isn't it? Right? Norway, Sweden, Finland. Beautiful countries. So clean. Let's think about executing with passion and purpose. What does it mean to you? How do you execute with passion and purpose? Anyone want to comment? Anyone want to share how we do that, how we achieve that? Let's put it into a context then. To be able to execute with passion and purpose, if you've listened to today's conversation and you've listened to and you're starting to think about the key points of today's discussion, which is your journey and why it matters to you, what makes you tick, why you're doing what you are doing, how we solve people's problems with our business offering, finding your inner diamond confidence, fine-tuning your congruency, then if you thought about the first 6 things we've spoken about, you'll understand that it's rhetorical to explain executing with passion and purpose. Does that make sense to you? Because if you can understand the first 6 things we've spoken about, and if you can believe in that, just 1 second, because I'm just clicked the wrong button there, and I now can't see the comments. There we go. Eula Clark saying, by enjoying what you do. Absolutely. But how do we execute with passion and purpose? How do we do that? How do we execute with passion and purpose? So listen again to the video, to the live video from the beginning, and think about the 6 things, or just in your head, remember the 6 things. If you want to execute with passion and purpose, if you can include into your mind and think about the first 6 things we spoke about, then you'll know that you're in line with your values. You'll understand that you're doing what you love. You'll also know that you're solving people's problems with your business offering. You will be growing and gaining an increased confidence level every single day. And you'll be becoming more in tune and aligned and congruent with your values. As a direct result of having those first 6 things, you'll automatically be executing with passion and purpose. Because if you're aligned and you've got confidence and you're solving people's problems and you know your why of what you're doing and you're enjoying it and you know your journey and why it matters to you, you'll execute with passion and purpose by default. Purpose-led leadership is growing around the world, and we need more of it because so many employees are disengaged. So many of us are disengaged. We're disenfranchised with life. And with purpose-led beliefs and purpose-led leadership systems is where you've got empathy. You show empathy. You're in touch with your feelings and emotions of yourself and others, where you can share your vision and your passion with others on a level they can understand as a human being and with respect and dignity to them. Now, I worked in so many different business sectors, from the toughest, harshest direct sales environments where it's dog eat dog, close the deal or you earn nothing, right through to working with corporations and companies around the world like Walt Disney. I loved the experience of my life, but I love companies where they share a common goal. I love individuals that share their goal. I love individuals that are passionate about what they do, but above all, they're honest with themselves and who they are. They're happy with themselves, even though they might be feeling pain. They enjoy what they do because that's what they were born to do, because the inner voice and that calling said to them, this is where you need to be. This is your calling. You may have had a voice like that. You may have had a calling that says this is what you should be doing. You may still be in a business where your inner voice is saying to you, think about this, you should be doing this. This is where you should be. It's an inner calling. And if you've reached your inner calling, then you'll have experienced something really fantastic and really something quite amazing. So we've been online for 44 minutes. That's probably enough today, right, for everybody. I wanted to thank everybody for coming online. And I'm going to read some names now. Eula Clark, thank you. Jodine Bergstrom, thank you. Greta Johnson, thank you for coming online. Sean Mulrooney, my amazing brother from Missouri, thank you. Thank you also to Ahmed Hagag from Egypt for joining us. Thank you very much indeed for Dinesh Rayo for coming online from Australia. Thank you, Dinesh. I really do want to connect up with you, brother. Your story intrigues me, and I can already see in my head your story. I can see you on stage, I can see your book, and I can see you being coached, whether it be by myself or another coach. There's a coach out there that's going to really align with you, and I can really feel and resonate your story. In fact, I know somebody that's done something very, very similar, so I want to speak with you most definitely. Greta Johnson, love you. Well done. Can carry on. Keep pushing up on the photography. Keep thinking about your book. Keep thinking about where you're going. Never let go of your dream from this moment forward. Greta Johnson, do you hear me? You don't let go. You push yourself. You've got to push past the pain barrier. You've got to keep going. You've got to listen to this live and think back on those 7 points and get them ingrained into your head. Feel comfortable with them, accept them, embrace them, and learn them. Derek Barber, thanks for coming online. Eula Clark. Who else we got there? Thank you very much indeed to Proud Horizons Limited for sharing the video. Thank you very much indeed to Michael Bailey, Mick Bailey for joining. Thank you. Darry Nani for joining. Jessica Lai for joining. Thank you so much. Thank you very much indeed. There's so many more comments back there that I can't see everything. Jason Roper, thanks for liking, and Teresa Clark, thank you very much indeed for liking, and Mark Anthony Clark, thank you very much indeed. Have I got everybody? I think so. So for me, thank you for coming online. I hope you've enjoyed this live. The weekends on Saturdays and Sundays seem to be quite a humbling experience now, talking to people all around the world. I massively enjoy it. I wanted to ask you for your advice. I'm going to give you a free chapter of my book. There's 7 chapters in the book, and if you're watching the live, then I'm going to send you, a chapter of the book. Please make sure if you're watching, you post a comment or like the video. I share the video, because otherwise I'm not going to know that you've been here, because after the live goes, unless you put a comment or you like it, I don't know that you've been watching. And I want to send you a free copy, a chapter in my book that will help you. So please, while I'm talking, just put a comment in the box. Just let me know you're there. Say hi, Bradley. Say hi, everybody. Just let me know that you're there. And if you're watching on replay, please also just say hi, Bradley. This is a message on the replay. I'd love to get a free chapter of the book. So there's 7 chapters of the book. It's based on, it's called Get Up, Sharp and Shine Up. It really is a great book of my life and stories of my life. I'm not just saying it's a great book, because it's a great book, but it was great for me to be able to write some of the stories of my life. There's another 6 books planned, but it's really nice to put my story down. And I can show you how to do that, and I can share and engage with other people that are very specialists within this particular area. Publishing, it's pretty straightforward, actually. It's not difficult. So I want to share with you, one of my chapters. It's up to you to choose. So after the event, or even now, you can choose one of the chapters. Now, the first chapter is actually an anagram of the word diamond. So it's D for destiny, I for identity, A for attitude, yeah, M for mindset, O for opportunity, N for never giving up, and D for diamond. I tell you what, there's still a couple of people watching, and I wonder if you'd allow me to do this. Do you want me to read you a chapter? Would you like me to read you a chapter of the book? I tell you why it would help me, if you'd allow me to, is because last night I decided that I'm going to be putting my book into Audible, which is why I've got a microphone now and everything like that. And I want to put it into an audio version so people can listen to it when they're driving along. So the audience might drop off a little bit now, but I'm going to read you a chapter, and still I'm happy to send you a chapter of the book. Shall I read you a chapter, or have you been on the phone long enough? Maybe you guys have been on the phone. Maybe first chapter. Eula Clark saying first chapter, please. And Jodine saying chapter, please. Greg Johnson is saying, okay, it's so nice to hear you this morning in Wyandotte. Thank you, Bradley. It's my pleasure. Eula Clark saying, yeah. All right, Golly, I'm going to read you a chapter. And if you're still here listening to me, then I'll read you the first chapter. So here we go. If you've not read the book already, the contents are destiny, identity, attitude and altitude, mindset, opportunity, never giving up, and delivery. There's some business interviews in there as well, and there's a dedication to my mum and my loved ones. But let me just jump to the first chapter then. Just hold on. Let me jump through the introduction and I'll go through to chapter 1. It'll only take 10 minutes, I guess. If you're still listening, great. If not, you can switch off. So chapter 1 is destiny, and there we go. So I read it to you. You can give me feedback as well on this. This is really cool. If you're still watching, give me some feedback, because if my audio voice sounds okay, would you want to listen to my voice? So some feedback would be really cool. But here we go. A lot of people have jumped off already. Thank you for your time. But here's chapter 1. It's called Destiny. So you can change your destiny for the better or for the worse. Work hard for something, and your destiny will change for something better. Don't do anything. Sit idle, and your destiny will change for the worse. That's my introductory quote by Bradley Chapman. It is in the moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. Many believe in fate, whilst others believe that their destiny can be changed. I believe that your destiny is shaped by how we feel and ultimately how we act. We have two choices in life. One is to sit back and do nothing. Two is to move forward, then shape and change our destiny. Which one you choose is up to you. Do you ever look at people that you know, people that are around you? Do you notice that while some people are motivated, others are less motivated and take no action? What type of person are you? If you're the type of person that has always dreamed of changing their destiny, but has taken no action to do anything about it, then nothing in your life will ever change. If you're a person that never dreams about your destiny and what possibilities you could achieve, then nothing will happen in your life and it will stay the same as it is now. But what if you are the type of person that dreams of changing your destiny and you're taking action to improve the quality of your life, the quality of your belief system, and the levels of persistence that you have inside of yourself? Whatever type of person you are, and whatever your thought process is, you will have to decide, excuse me, you'll have to decide at some stage to move your life forward into what I call the positivity zone. During my life, I've never stopped dreaming of the person I know that I've now become. I've never stopped dreaming. I've never stopped pushing. And I never stopped looking at every opportunity that comes my way, and then deciding whether to act upon it or not. Many of us, destiny is shaped by the way we feel in terms of our emotions. Emotions can ultimately determine whether or not we decide to act on something or we discard it and leave it. Let me just tell you a story about destiny. Now we can change your destiny and what it takes to hang on to your beliefs. When I was 23, I decided to start a business. I started this business from the spare room of my flat. I dreamt of owning one of the largest promotional clothing companies in the world. When I spoke to my friends and my family and told them I wanted to achieve, many of them thought I was nuts. At the time, I owned my own market stalls in London and Kent, and I wanted to break out of the market stalls and move into a more commercialized business. I was working during the day and at weekends in my market stalls, and I decided to set up a little office in the spare bedroom of my flat. I invested in a fax machine, which cost me £175. It was a thermal paper fax machine. I bought a new telephone. I decided to contact Yellow Pages, and I purchased about 15 different Yellow Pages in 15 different towns. My total investment to start the business was £5 per book of Yellow Pages in the fax machine, which was £175. I also wanted to put a desk in the spare room, and rather than buying a desk, I bought a piece of kitchen work surface from B&Q and installed a desk in the spare room. I also invested in a chair which cost me £20. I so very much wanted to change my destiny, and working in the markets of London and Kent was a fantastic time in my life, but it was not an easy job to do. When it was sunny, it was great, but your stock on your store would get burned by the sun and would go streaky. And when it was hot, and when it rained, it was terrible. It was like having a shop with no doors and windows, and everything used to get wet and soaked. Working in the markets was a great place for me to learn about people, to grow my confidence and understand. I just lost my place. And to understand about marketing, sales, purchasing, stock control. It taught me about risk and the risk exposure of being in business. And during 5 or 6 years that I've owned market stalls, it shaped me ultimately to understand business and people. Working on the market stalls in London and Kent were very long days. I'd get up around 4 a.m., drive my van to market, and then start setting up my stall and getting ready for the market to open. I had a couple of young guys that worked with me on different days as I needed different levels of staff to be able to handle the business, especially at Christmas when it was really busy. I wanted to break out of the markets and I wanted to move into a new business. And I realized that for me to be able to change my destiny, I would have to take a risk of starting something new, a new business venture. And then my entrepreneurial journey would start. Like anything in life, for all of us, anything that is new, that is undiscovered, can be a very scary place to be. If I did nothing, I would not have changed my destiny, and I would still be working in the markets. The diamond within me was shouting to me, saying to me that I could do better and I could achieve more. And fear plays a major part in our lives, and so does procrastination. If you want to move on in your life, then you must embrace fear, and you must overcome it, and you must rise. I knew that my new business could grow. I knew that I had the skills and ability to be able to develop it. There were so many things about this new business that I was embarking upon that I didn't know about. There were many things that I didn't have the experience in, but inside myself, I knew that I would gain the experience as I went along. When you have an opportunity to do something, you can either do it or not do it, or stay undecided forever. If you decide to do it, then you should realize that you will not have all the skills that you need at the current time. And this can be a major factor why so many people do not actually move forward when they've got an opportunity that's right in front of them. You may not have the skills that you need to start a new journey, and you will only require the skills once you start. As you move forward, you experience the terrain, you experience the weather, and you experience the conditions. You experience the things that are put in front of you. It is then that you learn to grow and develop and understand how to deal with the challenges and the situations you face. I set off on my new business, and it was called Compass International. By calling my business Compass International, I was saying to myself that my business would become an international business. When I showed the first artwork and logo to my friends and family, they laughed and said, "You called it Compass International." What they said to me was this: "How are you going to take this business international, little Bradley, sitting in the spare room of your flat? How are you going to do this?" The most important thing to remember here is that your dream and your destiny is shaped by you. Never let anybody tell you you cannot do something. If you believe that you can do something, then follow your dream and make it happen. So many times in my life, I've surrounded myself and allowed myself to be surrounded by people that are not positively charged, that do not possess a positive energy, and ultimately will only drag your dreams down. And I call these the dream killers. Stay away from the dream killers and move yourself towards people that will only support you, lift your dream, your energy, and your spirits higher. You will have experienced this in your lives, and you'll also know the difference, but it's up to you to do something about it. You must decide who you let into your life and who you decide to remove from your life. Sometimes painfully, this can be your family. Nothing could stop you achieving your dream in life, and nothing can stop you creating your future reality. The only thing you can stop you is you. The only thing stopping you is your inability to see positivity as opposed to the negativity that might flow. Knowing the difference and only how to use positive energy to move your dream and your business forward. It is perhaps one of the hardest things you may have to decide to do, taking negative people out of your life. Negative people will only drag you down. They will do everything they can to stop you from achieving your dream because they don't have the strength and the courage or the conviction to do it themselves. The best advice I can give you is to stay away from these dream killers, as ultimately they will take you down to what we call the dark side. And the dark side is where you will not be creative, where you will not act, and you will not follow your dreams because they believe that it's impossible. If you hang around with these people too long, you too will start to believe it's impossible. So get these negative people out of your life now, as they are stopping you from shining and polishing your diamond. If you want to change your destiny, surround yourself with people who have a positive outlook. These people, what I call the real people do not wear a mask in life. Instead, they are completely happy and comfortable with who they are and what they stand for and their outlook on their life, their family, and their business. Real people will support your dream, and they will encourage you to move forward and will help you, coach you, train you, and support you in every single way they can, subject to their levels of experience. In shaping and changing your destiny, you must seek out and embrace these types of people. For these are the people who move your dream forward, and they will contribute to your success. These people are diamonds. Let's get back to the business I started when I was 23 years of age. As I said before, it's called Compass International. I had a dream of building a business and taking it into an international status. At the time, I had very little money to invest in the business. I had to purchase and buy stock with a very limited amount of money. I can only invest in an office in the spare room of my flat, but on the wall, there was a picture of a globe, and the picture of the globe, it looked so small. And as I looked at the world, I thought, it's actually a very small place. And if I can trade in the street markets of London and Kent and attract customers to my business, then why can't I do the same thing but on a global scale? In shaping the destiny of my new business, I knew I had to visualize, I had to focus on the end goal and the end game and the end result. The end game and the end results was to build a company that was based in the United Kingdom and would expand internationally. I imagined that I begin to hold a large amount of stock and I'll become a manufacturer, a wholesaler, an importer and exporter of all the products I was looking at building my company. At the time, I had no money to invest in the business, and I didn't know where the money was going to come from and how to build the business. I had no idea what the future would hold for the company and how it would take shape. I did not even know how many products I would manufacture and supply to customers. At the time, I didn't know about manufacture. I didn't know about importing and exporting, what it would take and what it would cost and what the procedure was. All I knew is that I wanted to build a business that would become an international business. It's always been my belief that you can either wait for a 100% plan and then start it, in which case you may never not start or execute an 90% plan today. It has always been my belief that you can either wait for 100% plan and then start it, in which case you may not never start, or execute an 80 to 90% plan today and start your journey. It is much better to start your journey today than wait for a perfect plan tomorrow. That's for sure. Some people never start a journey in business because they wait for 100% perfect weather conditions, money, finances, and knowledge to start their journey. There is no such thing as perfect weather. So start. When you have diamond belief, it enables you to realize and understand that you can start today. You can start anything today, and you start building it step by step, stage by stage. And as you move forward, you will learn and gather the knowledge that you need to keep moving your business idea forward. My business started with me going through the yellow pages and looking at potential customers that I could supply, but I had no stock. Where was I going to buy the stock? How was I going to buy the stock and afford the stock? How would I supply my customers? What shipping processes would I need to use? And how would I get paid for something that I didn't actually have in my hands yet? All of these things would go through my mind, but the most important thing was that I was going I believed in my mind I was going to do it and succeed in achieving my dream. I worked on my dream, and I believed so much that I worked on it hard every day. I said affirmations to myself and visualized my dream, visualized my new warehouse, and visualized my business growing. I could see it almost like you can see Disney World. I saw it so clearly. What I saw was so happy, so motivated, and so energized with so much love that everybody that wanted to go there and buy something. Coincidentally, I did end up supplying Walt Disney all over the world in this company. And let me tell you, starting my business, I was also full of fear, but it was the fear that kept me driving. It was the fear of failure that kept me driving forward to achieve my dream and building my business. A fear of failure had always been a driving factor for me to keep pushing forward. That's changed now. I'm now in a position, having gone through the challenges of building successful businesses and losing businesses, making acquaintances and losing acquaintances, and gaining valuable knowledge of business over the years, that it's brought me to the place where I am today. It's been a 30-year business experience and learning curve, and I would not change it for any amount of money in the world. When you start a business, you'll go through a raft of emotions, and if you let those emotions control the way that you act, then your business is most certainly going to fail. Your emotions will come and they will go, and it's okay to feel emotions. In fact, it's very important to allow them to do so. By doing so, you'll understand which decisions to take based on the emotions that you are feeling. The first thing I did to start my business was to pick up the yellow pages and start calling people to tell them about my products that I was supplying. My new products were MA1 military aviation jackets, and that was the American fighter pilots that they wore in the Second World War. They still wear these jackets today, to this day. I found a wholesaler in the East End of London that was a major import of these jackets. I went up to London to meet the wholesaler and asked him if he would be prepared to supply me the jackets at trade prices. I met a wonderful man called Lawrence Cohen, a Jewish man with a hugely interesting background. His father used to import German military uniforms and sell them as military surplus, and turn the old unrepairable uniforms into rags and sell them in the UK. When I first arrived for the first meeting with Lawrence Cohen at his wholesale business in the East End, I was so amazed with the product range that he'd offered. His business setup was so amazing, and the customers that were coming and going and buying his wholesale products were vast. I was in awe of this man, what he stood for and what he'd achieved in his business. You must never let fear stand in your way of accomplishing anything in your business. I was just a young man. I was 23 at this time, trying to make my way in life. I had conviction, and I wasn't afraid to try anything and talk to or meet new people, regardless of how wealthy they were or what their business area was. I knew that I could learn something from every single one of these most very special people that I've met in my life. Lawrence kindly gave me a £1,500 credit line, and I left that day with a small amount of stock to take back to the spare room in my flat. £1,500 was not a lot of stock, and I knew, where are we? And I knew I'd not be able to fulfill all the orders that I was looking to secure. Like anything in life, and every journey starts with one small step, and from one small step becomes two, which becomes three, which becomes four. Before you know it, your journey's begun, and you're on your way. And it goes on. It's such a long first chapter, but I'm now going to send you the chapter physically. The bottom line is I turned that company from the spare bedroom of my flat to revenue of 3.5 million per year. I traded internationally with Walt Disney, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, Formula One racing teams, and just about every single brand you can imagine. I have embroidered it or screen printed it or shipped it. It was amazing experience for me. So when we go in an hour, oh my God, and whoever's still listening, I think that's you, Eula, isn't it? Still listening to me? I'm going to send you the book, Eula, now directly. I think Eula's still listening. I'm going to send it to you directly so you've got it as a PDF version. I'm going to post also the chapter, everybody that listened in. So we've been going an hour. Thank you so much for listening. The first chapter goes on for quite a while. I forgot how long my first chapter was, but I'm going to send it to you now. And thank you all for watching. I'm Bradley Chapman. This is the Direct Experience on Sunday, and we've been talking about the raw inside of you, the diamond raw inside of you. Have a lovely afternoon. Thank you very much indeed for sharing and caring and getting involved this afternoon. Wherever you are, enjoy your Sunday. God bless you. Thank you very much indeed. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.